Hello, everyone. Welcome to our online Zoom class for this month. We're talking about healthy sleep, and I have some friends joining me here today, so feel free to ask questions and share your input as well. We're going to upload this video recording to YouTube, so you can refer back to it later. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see the slides that I have prepared for you. Can we see the slides, my friends? Okay. All right, let's get started. So today we're talking about healthy sleep, and I love sleeping, and I think that it's a topic that lots of people have questions on, lots of people need help with, so this is such good information, and some of it is my own, some of it is from research articles, and if ever you are looking for good scholarly research articles, you can always check out PubMed. I can't remember if it's .com or .org, but PubMed has a lot of really great research articles that are scholarly and not just mommy bloggers' opinion, although we love those too. So yeah, love PubMed for good research. So here's some stuff about sleep that maybe you didn't know. Did you know? Here's some fun facts for you. In the US, over 9 million people regularly use products to help with sleep, and by this I mean over-the-counter drugs and such things. That's a lot of people. Also, did you know that when you are in REM sleep, your brain is almost as active as when you are awake? I thought that was very interesting. I've had some pretty serious dreams, and dreams are what happen when you're in your REM cycle of sleeping, and yeah, I think that's really interesting. And I heard someone say once that when I was in college, that studying right before you went to bed was actually good because then your brain would think about it while you're sleeping. So I don't know, maybe there's some truth to that if there's something you're kind of wanting to ingrain in your mind. Maybe think about it right before you fall asleep, and maybe you'll dream about it as well. Also, did you know that sleep is just as important as diet and exercise for your health? And in fact, I think you spend a third of your life sleeping. That's serious business. So sleep is really important in making sure that we have not just sleep happening to us, but that we are inducing a really good, healthy sleep and getting a good sleep. People who don't get enough sleep are more likely to have bigger appetites due to the fact that their leptin levels fall, promoting appetite imbalance. And leptin is an appetite regulating hormone. So basically what this means in real life is if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to eat more, you're going to have more cravings, and you're going to get fatter. Sorry. You're going to accumulate some unwanted calories maybe to places that you don't want, because you're going to just be snacking. And I notice that I do this if I don't get enough sleep because I'm trying to stay awake, especially if I'm driving somewhere, or if I'm trying to get a task accomplished, or even if I'm just watching a movie, I have to eat to stay awake or else I'm tired. So sleeping is important just to even regulate kind of our diets, and it has a lot of effect on all of our different body systems. Also, only 21% of Americans get the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. That's a staggering statistic, my friends. 21%. Are you in that 21%? Do you get the recommended 7 hours of sleep a night? Raise your hand. Good. I'm gonna be sometimes. I'm working on it. I really try hard, but I do have a job that I have to wake up early for, so I'm not always perfect. Yes. Okay, so that's a good statistic. Let's see. Also, you can't make yourself fall asleep, and sleep onset is not something we can control. We can only create the right conditions for sleep, both in our minds and in our environment. So what we're going to go over is, after these fun facts, now what we're going to talk about is just some ways that you can kind of help create these good conditions for your sleeping, because unfortunately you can't just turn a switch off on your body and put yourself into power down mode like we can with our electronics. So I'm going to teach you some ways and have my friends share some ways that sleeping can be a little bit easier for our bodies to get into. All right, so my first tip for you guys is to stick to a schedule even on the weekends. And this is something that I've had to give up since college. I'm not as young as I used to be. And I used to just party so hard on the weekends and stay up super late. But now that I'm a professional, no, I'm just kidding. But now that I'm getting older and I really value my sleep more, I stick to my early schedule and my early to bed schedule even on the weekends. And maybe on Sunday, I do have a little bit more time to sleep in, but I'm not staying up super late on Friday and Saturday night anymore partying. And that's just not, my sleep is more of a priority now. And I've noticed that it's so much easier for me to wake up if I don't kind of get off my schedule, especially on the weekends. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about staying on your sleep schedule even through the weekends? Tell me your thoughts.
I think it's awesome. Like, I've noticed that now I feel like my body like wakes up at the same time every morning, even without an alarm, which I think is really cool just because I've worked on building that habit. And because I hate waking up to an alarm, so it's like extra nice for me because then I don't have to have like the annoying alarm go off. So, and I feel like your body just kind of recognizes and gets in that pattern so that you have, you know, a good setup for your day.
Okay, Sarah, do you want to share?
I'm just thinking it's definitely like it's nice to have a few days where you don't have to be on your schedule, you know, but it is so much easier on your body to stick to the schedule. And I feel like I don't get like super far off, but I'm definitely not as this is my schedule on the weekends. So I could be worse, but I also could be better.
For sure. And you know, with all of these, it's like, don't beat yourself up if you're not perfect, but it's just kind of a good frame of reference. And like for me, yeah, on Sunday, I don't have to wake up until 8. And usually I wake up at 5:30. So I am giving myself a little extra sleep, but I'm not depriving myself on Friday night like I used to stay up, you know, with friends. I don't have friends anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But I used to stay up, you know, till like 2 a.m. And like crazy absurd hours. So really was whacking my schedule where now I'm like, I can give myself a little more sleep if it's available, but I'm not trying to make myself miserable the next day is kind of just what I'm trying to get at here. And of course, if you have kids, like, I don't have any advice for you because kids won't let you control your sleep schedule. So just do your best. And what I've heard from friends is since you want your kids on a good schedule, like, of course, take your time that you need to after you put them to bed, but try and stay on the same schedule as your kids. And like I have friends that they put their kids to bed at 7:30 and they go to bed at 8:30 because kids wake up super early. So just do your best with everything. But this is something that has really helped me over the last couple of years. As far as not being tired when I wake up first thing in the morning, it's just kind of sticking to a schedule. Okay, also avoiding caffeine. Caffeine can stay elevated in your blood for 6 to 8 hours. That's a long time. So for those of us that may drink a morning coffee, I hope you do it first thing in the morning, because if you're drinking a coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you might have a hard time going to sleep. Or if you're having a soda with dinner, same thing. It can definitely, especially all that sugar as well, stays in your body. And so I try to avoid caffeine as much as possible. I have maybe a caffeinated beverage a couple times a month, but for the most part, I just try to avoid it. And this little chemistry, I can't think of the word, but that's a picture of caffeine. I don't know why I put it there, but I just wanted to. There you go. Okay. Something that I have always done, I don't know why, but I love to shower or take a bath before bedtime. And I'm just not like, I know lots of people are like, I shower in the morning and that's my morning routine. And if that is, then that's super cool. But I personally love to shower or take a bath at nighttime because it's just so relaxing for me. I know there's some people that are like, it wakes me up in the morning. And I feel like I can get the same effect just by splashing cold water on my face. But I love taking like a full on, as long as I want to, shower or bath, you know, within the means of saving water for the rest of the humans on the earth. But yeah, I just feel really relaxed, especially after a hot shower or a bath as well. And some little tips for you that you can try in your shower. You can try putting a few drops of Breathe essential oil or eucalyptus on a little washcloth and kind of put it in the corner of your shower. It will make kind of a little diffuser as you're showering, and that's really nice. I've tried just dropping it in the shower before, and I feel like it just goes down the drain. Doesn't really give me the effect I'm looking for. So I figured out that you can put some on a washcloth, and then you can be breathing it in as you're taking that steamy shower. And I think that's just so relaxing and nice. And as far as baths go, I'm such a bath person as well. I know not everybody likes to take a bath, but I personally love to take a bath, and bath salts are something that I have a recipe for over here on my YouTube channel. So you can go check that out, or feel free to message me for the recipe. But definitely put your oils in your bath salts and then put them in the bath, because if you just put the oils in the water, it kind of just sits on top of the water and it doesn't really get incorporated. So there's my little tips for you for having a nice shower or bath before bed. Do you guys like to shower or take a bath before bed, or is that just me?
I'm before bed as well.
Depends. Yeah, and I'm a little excessive because I usually go to the gym like in the morning, so I usually shower like, you know, around noon or so. Just that's the way my schedule works out, and then I'll take like another shower or a bath at nighttime too. And you know what, that's okay. That's really what just helps me relax, and I really enjoy it. So I know there's some people that probably think that 2 showers a day is excessive, but for me, I like it. So plus I love not having to have wet hair the next day. Personally, it makes doing my hair so much easier as a female. So yeah, I enjoy that. All right, your circadian rhythm is your body's internal clock. Maybe you guys have heard the term circadian rhythm before. And this is what affects your brain, your body, and your hormones that help you stay awake and telling your body when to go to sleep. So a good way to help your circadian rhythm functions is to make sure you're exposing yourself to some form of daylight every day. Hopefully most of us get outside at least for a portion of the day, but if you don't really make an effort, we should be spending at least like an hour of sun on our skin, which really helps to kind of regulate that circadian rhythm in our body, especially like in the morning. Opening your blinds and kind of just exposing yourself more to that natural light is really nice. And then the opposite, when it's time for bed, turning down the lights and setting the mood. Maybe you have like some twinkle lights or some candles or diffusers or things that kind of give you a little bit of light but are not as bright as your light fixtures and such. And we're going to talk about electronic lights in just a minute, but I wanted to make sure to talk about getting sunlight during the day and kind of keeping your lights low at nighttime is really nice. Plus it looks nice when you have like, I know Adrienne has these really cool like twinkle light curtains in her room. I definitely want to get some of those at some point, but I have found that this helps me a lot just to turn off most of the lights in the house and have a few small light sources here and there. It kind of helps your brain start to wind down. All right, any thoughts so far, you guys? Keep going. All right. Meow, here's a little kitty. So power naps are awesome, and the recommended time for a power nap is about 20 to 30 minutes. Studies have shown that if you nap longer than that, you're actually just going to make yourself more tired. And I definitely know that, especially like if I've been traveling or something and I take a nap because I know I need the sleep, but then it's longer than like half an hour or an hour, I feel like a zombie. So power naps are about 20 to 30 minutes long, and I usually just set a timer on my phone when I'm going down for a nap, and wake up when the timer goes off. Some people sit down for a nap and they don't set an alarm, and then all of a sudden 2 hours go by and you're like, oh, my day is gone and now I have no energy to finish my day. So I would just recommend setting your alarm when you're going to take a power nap and really shut down and really absorb those 20 to 30 minutes and enjoy it. And those definitely help me. I take a power nap most days because I can. So I love naps, and I know that not everybody can take naps, but if you can, those 20 minutes and just like shutting your eyes is really peaceful and calming to the mind, I found as well. Okay, daily exercise. So we all know the importance of exercise in our wellness lifestyle pyramid. It's one of our foundations. So I personally like to exercise in the morning, afternoon time. I like to go when there's not a ton of people at the gym because I just do. And but there's some days where I don't have time and I will go at nighttime. And there's two sides of the coin here. There's a lot of studies that say it's bad for you to exercise at nighttime. There's some studies that say it doesn't really matter. So I think that's just kind of a personal, sorry, I'm getting my blanket because I'm cold and I'm in my bed because we're talking about sleep. So there's some studies that show that it doesn't really matter. So I would just leave that up to you and to listen to your body's like intuitive needs and see how you feel. If you exercise late at night, like, does that help you relax and go to bed, or does that kind of pump you up and fire you up? So personal preference on that. But if you are more of a nighttime exerciser, I would definitely recommend maybe not so hard of like cardio and maybe do a little bit more chill of an exercise routine. I think a lot of us really like yoga, and stretching before bed is super nice as well. But it really goes to show that when you do have daily exercise and when you have these routines of getting up and you have exercising in your routine and you do healthy things, you sleep a lot better. Just from the routine of it, and just because you're also kind of burning calories and obviously making your body tired to some extent. So I would encourage everyone to find an exercise that works for them. It doesn't have to be running outside. It doesn't have to be yoga. And I actually like to switch it up a lot. I feel like I exercise more when I pay for a gym pass, and I used to not want to spend the money on that and would say, oh, I'll just go for a run outside or a walk outside or a hike. And I love doing those things too, especially on the weekends with my family when we can be together. But to take care of myself, I'm investing in a gym pass. And I really like it because I can swim some days. I can go to classes and try new things that I might enjoy. And if there's some days where I just feel like sitting on an elliptical or an exercise bike and watching some YouTube, I can do that too. So find exercise that works for you, because there's so many different forms of exercising your body. And I know that there's something out there that your body will really enjoy. You might just have to try a few different things. All right. Any other comments, guys? Should we keep going? Okay. This is probably one of my favorite things to talk about. And I want to make a separate YouTube video on this sometime, like my night routine. But setting up your room for success. So this is very important because, like I was saying before, that we spend a third of our lives sleeping. So we spend a third of our lives here in our beds. Obviously, I'm in mine right now just because of our topic. But I put, this is where the magic happens. Take that as you will. So getting a good mattress and sheets has totally helped my sleep. And when I got married, I took some of our wedding money and I invested it into a good mattress. We have, in case you're wondering, in case you're curious, we have a purple mattress, and we really like it. I know there's a lot of good mattress brands out there, so do your research as you wish. And I will say that I got our purple mattress from that you can like do a little investigating and you can buy ones that people have returned for a reduced price. So if somebody doesn't, they have like a 30-day trial period. If somebody doesn't like it, they can return it. And so I bought one of the returned mattresses for, I think, almost half the cost as a normal mattress. So there's just a little hack for you, pro tip you can check into. And I do know a friend that actually works for like mattress returning. She picks them up. So message me if you want me to get in contact with her, because she's the one that helped me get my good deal on a good mattress. So I'm all about saving a deal, but I'm also about having good quality things. And so mattress is very important. Sheets come next, and just try and get some sheets that are nice. And this is something I want to upgrade maybe this Christmas season, because my sheets right now are just from Ross, and they get really like they're already really tattered just because they're not very good quality. So I want to upgrade my sheets as well. But yeah, just having like maybe an extra blanket in the room as well. I keep an extra blanket on my bed, so in case I get cold, I don't want to get up and get out of bed and go find a blanket and kind of get myself out of sleeping mode. I just want to be able to snag it during sleep. Most of you, oh well, not most of you, but okay. So a lot of you may have a diffuser with some oils in your room already. If you don't, message me and we'll get you one. But this is what mine looks like. I have this little black diffuser, and I love it. Oh, I don't have water in it right now. But it can run for 2 hours, 5 hours, and 10 hours. So I usually, when I'm sleeping, I'll put it on the 5-hour setting, and I will turn the light. As you can see, the light is on, and I'll have it on while I'm reading and stuff. And then when I'm going to bed, I will turn the light off and let it continue to run while I'm sleeping. And as you can see, I have a little stash of oils that I keep on my nightstand just for sleeping. And if you have some oils that you like to use for other things like cooking or in the bathroom, you can upcycle some of your empty bottles, or just buy like a couple of empty bottles and make yourself some that you can just keep on your nightstand, so you don't have to think about it. Creating these habits are really important. So I have a couple of Breathe bottles around my house, and when this one gets low, I just fill it up with some more so I can keep my oils in different places, if that makes sense. So just set yourself up for success that way. We already kind of talked about no lights and dimming the lights, and I like a fan for the breeze and the noise. I am totally a white noise person, and I used to drive my parents crazy living in their house because I would go turn on the heater or the air conditioner so that I could hear the noise of it. So we have just a little fan on our light fixture, and obviously you can have like one of those box fans or something if you like the noise of it. But I always have the fan on in my room because if it's dead silent, I feel like I can't get to sleep. So I love having a little bit of white noise, and the diffuser helps with that too, because it does create a little bit of that white noise as well. And then also having some water on your nightstand. A water bottle is really nice in case you get thirsty. Again, you don't have to get up and walk to the fridge and get a drink and then you're totally like awake. So I like having some water just on my nightstand if I get thirsty. And also first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is get a drink of water because that helps me to wake up. Do you guys have any other tips for kind of setting your room up for success for nighttime and sleeping? Pretty much got them all?
Covered it.
Okay, sweet. Also, I'm a sock person, so I keep a few extra socks in my nightstand in case I forget to put some on and want to do that at nighttime as well. Okay, next tip is just not to eat late. So this is something I've had to make a bit of a lifestyle change just because I am a busy person and oftentimes I work in the morning and the night and I have my afternoons free. So I feel like I'm always eating dinner late. And I actually have GERD disease, which is like a fancy way of saying really bad acid reflux. And so I literally, if I eat too late, I will just feel that acid burning in my stomach and my throat all night long. So I cannot eat usually after, well, it depends on what time I'm going to bed, but I try not to eat like up to 3 hours before I go to bed. And if I am feeling a little hungry, I'll just have a little light snack. I love string cheese. So I put a picture of that here. That's been one of my favorite snacks since I was a kid. Also a tortilla before bed. I used to love that. Or a banana. Although bananas do have some sugar, so take that as you will. But sometimes I like want a treat, and a banana can suffice for that. I wouldn't recommend eating chocolate before bed either, because chocolate does have just a little bit of caffeine. So yeah, be careful with your chocolate. But so yeah, just try not to eat too late. And like I said, it also depends on when you're going to sleep. We went on vacation to Spain, 2 years ago? Wow, that was a long time. A year and a half ago, something like that. And they eat dinner really late there, like not until 8 or 9 o'clock sometimes, and then they stay up later. But that's also because their lifestyle is different, and they sleep in later, and they get siestas throughout the day. So just make it fit your lifestyle. But I would just definitely say not to eat too late before you go to bed. So adjust that to your life as needed. All right. Also, very important to take time to wind down before bedtime. Studies have shown that you shouldn't use screens 30 minutes before bedtime. I'm definitely not perfect at this. I want to get better at it. But you can set on your phone. You can set, if you, at least on iPhones, if you go to the clock app and then you put a bedtime in, you can set a time that your phone will go into like basically airplane mode at a certain time, and it won't give you any more notifications, and it won't bother you, and it will make sure that you're getting enough sleep. So I like doing that. And I know that lots of people have found success by charging their phone in another room as well. So that's something you can think about. If you're like tempted and you just want to stay on your phone and it's causing you to not get enough sleep, just go put it somewhere else so that it's not a temptation to you. And use a real alarm clock. Also, reading a book or writing in a journal is a great nighttime activity to help you unwind, because that blue light from your screens can really help you stay awake. I don't know how people like fall asleep to TV or movies, because I'm so not that way. I know some people are, but like a screen is just like, I feel like a zombie and I'm like attached to it. So yeah, definitely reading a book is something that will help me fall asleep really fast. So there's some recommendations for you there. And also, don't take your work into bed. Don't do as I say, not as I do, because I have my laptop in bed right now. But yeah, this was something I really had to work on when I was in college and high school as well. Just not doing my homework in my bed, because the psychology of it tells your brain that your bed is a place to get things done and to do work and to be productive. And then when you try and go to sleep later, your brain gets confused. So yeah, it's really interesting. There's a lot of really interesting studies in science and psychology on this topic of don't bring your work or anything else into bed, and keep that as your sacred space for sleeping. Excuse me. And keep your homework or your studies or whatever else it is that you like to hang out and do. Maybe if you want to do it relaxingly, go do it on the couch, but keep your bed as a safe space for sleeping.
And crying.
And crying, says Mitch. Okay. This is a little slide that my friend Adrienne is going to talk about here, and for some of her natural sleep remedies. And then I'm going to share some of my favorite oils, and we'll be done. So let's hear from Adrienne.
Hello. Okay. So these are things that have helped me, because I feel like the last couple months I've just really struggled with insomnia, even though I followed all the things, like avoided caffeine, tried to create like a really nice environment before bed, and avoiding screens. So these are just like other things that have helped me, that have been like natural remedies, so I don't have to take sleeping medicine, because sleeping medicine's fine, but I feel like it's not good if you're taking it every single day and you're in like a habit of it. You want to train your body to be able to sleep without it if it can. So some things that have helped me is like stretching or doing relaxing yoga, kind of going along with the moving your body like Marissa was talking about. But like, yeah, just keeping it really like slow and like really doing deep breathing, and that can go along with meditation or prayer to help let your mind and body wind down. And I feel like deep breathing with meditation is like, there's so much science and benefit from it. It's just really, really cool to, if you look into it more. Like, I feel like meditation has always been something I've wanted to do more, but like just recently gotten into, and it's just been really cool. Just you know, how just like deep breathing can even just help our minds and bodies so much. There's also, I like to drink sleepy time tea before bed if I'm having a hard time like winding down. And I got one with valerian root, which is an herb that helps calm the mind. So it's like all natural. You can get it at Smith's. And it's just like really, just like a nice, easy, natural solution to help wind down. And then another thing I notice is like sometimes I just get really stressed. And I'm just like thinking about everything that I have to get done the next day or that night. And I feel like that always like just like spikes the cortisol in my brain, and then I can't sleep because I can't like wind down. And so I think just like getting down to the bottom, like if you're stressed or anxious about something, and like Marissa was talking about, like journaling can help clear the mind. And I also take, if I'm like really stressed or anxious, there's a natural supplement you can get at like Natural Grocers or Whole Foods called Rescue Remedy. It's just like a little dropper, and you add a couple drops to your water, and it just helps you just kind of calm down and relax, and kind of just, you know, just another natural herb that you can use to help your body. And yeah, like I was talking about, like cortisol just messes with like, and it goes along with like what Marissa was saying too, it like messes with your appetite, messes with everything. And if you're not sleeping, your body's not healing from everything else that, you know, happens during the day. And it can, you know, there's just so many benefits of helping your body get that sleep that it needs. So figure out if you're stressed or anxious about something. I feel like that can be like a root of why we struggle sleeping. So getting down to that and trying these natural remedies helps me a lot. So
perfect. Thank you, Adrienne. Some really good points there. I loved what you said about getting to the bottom of why you can't sleep. And I actually keep like a sticky notepad and a pen in my little nightstand. So when I am feeling stressed or anxious or thinking about all the things I need to do tomorrow, I can just write them down, and then they will be there when I wake up, and I don't have to remember them. Because that definitely is something that keeps me awake, is like thinking of, oh my gosh, I have to do this tomorrow and this, or I didn't get this done, or blah, blah, blah. So just writing it down, getting it out of my brain really helps me. Mitch is so not that way. He doesn't like to write stuff down. We're just so opposite that way. Like, he doesn't keep a calendar. I would like go insane if I don't have a calendar or didn't write things down like on my to-do list or whatever. So whatever works for you, but that definitely helps me to write things down so I don't have to worry about keeping them up here. I love that. All right. Well, to finish things off, I want to share a little bit about my favorite nighttime oils or natural supplements, because Mother Nature knows what's best and knows what's up. And these are a few that I love to put in the diffuser, first of all, so that I'll share with you. Grab my cord here. All right, so some of my favorites for the diffuser are Breathe Essential Oil for the respiratory blend. And sometimes I put On Guard with this too if it's kind of, you know, sick season. But this one, I love the clearness of it. Helps me breathe really well while I'm sleeping. This is probably my all-time favorite, Serenity. Serenity is a blend of a few different essential oils, but just know that it's like liquid sleep in a bottle, and it's called the Restful Blend. I love this one. I love the smell of it. That's one that I also love to put in like my bath salts for nighttime baths as well. Also love Balance if I'm having those feelings of stress or anxiety. And we actually also have a new oil that's being released just about in a week called Adaptive. That, man, I put that in my diffuser the other night and I went out so fast. I was feeling a lot of stress and anxiety. So I'm going to share in my next online class some more information about the new products. But Balance and the new oil that we have coming out called Adaptive would be really great if you're feeling stressed or a little anxious or even depression. Those are great ones for diffusing to help you get to sleep. Cedarwood is a lot of people's favorite. It's not my favorite. As you can see, it's still kind of full. But I do like this one more now. I used to not, I didn't care for it at first, but I really do like this. And Mitch really likes this one as well. He loves like, I mean, maybe it's a man stereotypic, but he loves like the woodsy types of grounding smells. So a lot of people really love cedar wood for sleeping. Personally, I love this wood. This is Arbor Vitae, and this is a tree that is up in Canada, and I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. Okay, so this is my favorite in the diffuser for sleeping, and then Serenity. And Serenity has lavender in it. I know that a lot of people love just straight up lavender for sleeping, but you know, I'm a little extra with my Serenity. And then also I have Vetiver. This is a new one that I just barely got. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's so thick. It's like almost the consistency of sap. When you get it out, you have to like hold it for like almost a minute to get even a drop to come out. So I just barely, oh, there you go. It's finally coming out and it's dripping. Okay. It's like honey. So I just got these little squeezy tops to twist in the top, and that will help me get that out. But that one is great for the diffuser as well. It's an African grass and very calming to the system. I also love Peace. I'm out of that one right now, and I cannot find my bottle of it anywhere. So I must have left it like at my mom's house or something. But that one is a blend in our emotional aromatherapy oils that you can check out. Peace, but it's very nice. And then a couple other things that I really like. I have this pillow and linen spray that I've made, and it's so easy, you guys. It's just, it has the Serenity oil in it, like 10 drops in this size of a bottle, and then a big squirt of witch hazel, and then just some distilled water for the rest of the way. You can spray this on your sheets, spray it on your pillow. I always do this, well, not always, but I often do this in the morning when I'm making my bed too, just to kind of make things smell good, especially because we have a dog and he does sleep on our bed. I know that not everybody would approve of that, but we love him, and he sleeps on our bed, and so sometimes I'm like, oh, doggy smell, and just want to clear the air. Although he doesn't stink too bad compared to other dogs, I must say he's like hypoallergenic, thankfully, so I'm allergic to nasty dog smells and only like a clean smelling dog. And then I have a couple of rollers that I've made as well, and I can send you guys the recipes for these, but this one is called my Calm and Focused blend, and I'm pretty sure it just has the peace oil and the vetiver and some fractionated coconut oil, and then this one is called my Zen blend, and I have no idea what I put in this, so I'm gonna have to find the recipe. But it smells really good. I'm trying to see if I can pick it out. Not sure. So yeah, I have some rollers too, and I like to roll these on like behind my ears and a little bit on my chest and on my feet too. Feet are a really good place to rub some oils, and they will get absorbed into your bloodstream really well if you put them on your feet. All right, and then the last thing, as far as oils go, Adrienne talked about tea, and I am a big fan of chamomile tea before nighttime. So did you know that you can take your, doTERRA Roman chamomile and just put 1 drop in some hot water, and shazam, you have some amazing chamomile tea. And it's really fun. I still have like tea bags for chamomile tea that I use as well, but they taste so different. So it just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I do love this Roman chamomile in your tea. And if you didn't know, any of the doTERRA oils that have supplement facts label on the back have been approved for ingestion and are safe for you to drink. So you can make all sorts of teas. In fact, you could drink a vetiver tea if you wanted to. I don't know if I would do that, but just because, I don't know. Vetiver is kind of an interesting smell. It's an acquired smell, if you know what I'm saying. And then the last thing I'll share with you guys, if I'm really having a hard time, I do have these melatonin gummies. These are from Ollie, and I know gummies are not the best because they do have sugar in them, but we all have our weaknesses, right? So I will eat 2 gummies, and these have, I think it's 3 grams of melatonin. Yeah, 3 grams of melatonin, and it has also some chamomile, passion flower extract, and lemon balm extract in there as well. And those are all kind of natural botanicals that will help with your sleep cycle as well. And I got this at Sam's Club, but I know they have them at Target and probably some other places as well. But I try not to do these just because I don't want to get like addicted to something. And I do love the taste of these. They're really yummy. They're like fruit snacks. So I try to be lenient. doTERRA also has, I don't have some right now, but they have some Serenity soft gels that are like a little pill that you can pop in. It's all natural, so no side effects and no addictions or things like that you can put in your mouth and swallow, and that will also kind of give you the same effect as the gummies here. But I have this giant thing of gummies, so I'm still using these before I buy the Serenity soft gels and try those out. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for my tips for healthy sleeping. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else I keep over here on my nightstand. I just have like some candles and water, like I talked about. And let me just exit out of here really quick, and we can wrap this up. Perfect. So I hope that you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about healthy sleep cycles. And is there anything else that my friends would like to share before we wrap things up?
Sleep is the best. That's all I've got.
Right. Perfect. Sleep is the best. Adrienne, any final thoughts?
There is one thing I thought of when you said baths, like taking a bath. Epsom salts have magnesium in them, and magnesium is also like a relaxing agent, or if you can take a magnesium supplement is like another way to get like a natural, sorry, it's just like a random thought that I thought of as you were talking.
Oh, yes.
So there's like another healthy natural supplement that you can incorporate as well through Epsom salt or like oral pills.
Perfect. I love that so much. Actually, I read somewhere the other day, and I can't remember exactly how much, but I usually just put like a handful of Epsom salts in the bath when I take a bath. And I think I was reading that like to get the desired effect with the magnesium and the bath salts, you need to put in like 3 cups or 5 cups or something, which is like way more than I usually do. I'm going to have to find where I was reading that. But I was like, dang, I'm going to have to buy some more bath salts because I usually only put in like a little scoop, which is probably like, a fourth of a cup or something like that. So yeah, but I love that tip as well. That's perfect. All right, guys. So if you have any questions about sleeping or would like to purchase any of our amazing Mother Nature's magic potions for a healthy sleep cycle, please feel free to reach out. You can message me on my oils Instagram page, which is @theoilymusician, or my Facebook page, which is Natural Solutions with Marissa McGarry. And thank you for tuning in today. Just by being here shows that you want to take an upgrade in your life, and I appreciate that, and your body appreciates it too. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.